For one time only, I'm doing a video version of the food review. I don't know how this camera works. Alright, sync audios. Okay. I went to the ExtraMile and I bought a coffee. And we're doing one of my famous reviews. Take two. I think we're weird about reviews. That's just my opinion, but as correct as my opinions are wont to be. Most of my Instagram posts are food reviews. I've been doing this for a while. I think they're funny. Somewhere between 40 and 80 people find it someplace in their heart to leave a like when I do them, and that's enough validation for me. All right, that'll keep me going. While my food reviews are generally unserious, the internet is full of very serious reviews. Sometimes these reviews are from serious, trustworthy, intelligent, and sexy people. Sometimes these reviews come from people who are more aptly described with less generous adjectives. Everything is reviewed. Everything gets a review. People get reviewed, places get reviewed, things get reviewed. Think of a noun. There's a review for that. The exercise park down the street from where I live has a 4.3 on Google reviews. It's an exercise park. What? 3 reviews, by the way. Not a ton, but that's pretty good, I think. People get reviewed. It's a little dystopian, I think. Uber drivers, dog walkers, Rate My Professor, that exists. I forget to use it every single time I sign up for classes, but it exists out there. Might have dodged a bullet, had I known that was out there. Maybe I'm getting reviewed somewhere, somehow, on the internet. I don't know what for, but it's possible. I hope they like me. I hope I'm getting reviewed better than that exercise park down the street. I don't know, 4.3 is pretty good. According to some guy, that exercise park is a hidden gem. But that's just it. It's some guy. I don't know him. I don't really know anyone who leaves the reviews for the things I look at reviews for, but I guess I trust them because, what's the alternative? Live in a world where I don't read the reviews for something and I just make up my own mind or risk having a subpar experience. No, that's crazy. That's crazy talk. My whole point here is summarized pretty well in a college humor video from 2016. Here's a clip.
I'll check that app everyone uses to find restaurants. 500 assholes. And normally I just ignore the opinion that any one asshole posts online, but if it's 500 assholes, I treat it like gospel.
Oh, you have to.
So it got a bunch of 3-star reviews?
No, it got a bunch of 1-star reviews from unreasonably angry assholes and a bunch of 5-star reviews from impossibly pretentious assholes, which averages out to 3 stars.
Well, I don't care what any of those reviewers say. Individually, but collectively I trust them completely.
We cannot go to that restaurant. I guess I just trust the opinion of 500 assholes more than I do one expert.
Yeah, me too, apparently.
500 assholes. Yeah. Thank you, Mike Trapp, for making that video. Medium coffee, Brazilian medium roast. It's pretty good. It's all right. I don't know what to say. I don't usually do these off the cuff. I'll take pictures of, whatever fast food I'm eating, and then 6 weeks later I'll be bored and go through my camera roll and then write a review. So I'm not springing off the cuff or whatever. I also got a donut too. making a mess. I'm making a mess. Donut's not part of the review. A donut I just got because I was hungry, and they run a deal. It's $2.99 for a coffee and a donut. I got half and half in this. I don't even know if I'm in the shot right now. I'm gonna check that. I'll be right back. The idea of reviewing things is a weird thing that humans do, I think. And I have no basis for this claim that I'm about to make, but I think it has to do with how we love rationalizing things. Humans generally, I feel, aren't very rational creatures, but we love to think that we are. So what we do is we give arbitrary scores to things, or we rank things. All of those scores and things are dependent on our mood, or whether or not we ate breakfast, or uncontrollable factors that we're not aware of. But then we gave something a number, and because it's a number, it can't be false. We give something a number, and then it feels very objective. Now that we have the internet, we can compile all these numbers, and then we can make an average. Well, once it's an average, it can't be not true, right? It can't be a lie. It's an average. It's math. Math was involved to come up with this number. There's a decimal place. Numbers can't lie. Facts don't care about your feelings. Cut this line. Cut this line? I shouldn't be making a Ben Shapiro facts don't care about your feelings reference in this year, 2027. Maybe one person's Letterboxd review for Happy Feet 2 is unreliable, right? But take 60,000 people's Letterboxd reviews for Happy Feet 2? Well, then you got a consensus, right? Then you have to trust that. A bunch of subjective opinions, once averaged, is worth considering. And Letterboxd isn't the best example for this because I've never really heard of anyone reference the aggregate score for something on Letterboxd before. That platform's all about the individual reviews. And sometimes they're insightful, sometimes they're funny. I'm on Letterboxd. Follow me. Why not? A more apt example for what I'm talking about is my favorite social media platform, IMDb. Okay. There we go. Alright, so lighting is important, as I'm figuring out. It's a category for the Oscars for a reason. Is it a category in the Oscars? I don't know. IMDb is sort of like the Hydrox to Letterboxd's Oreos. It was invented first, but the kids aren't into it, and it's got a way less sexy name. Rotten Tomatoes is Pepperidge Farm cookies because they're elitist. That one's self-explanatory. Let's talk about IMDb. In high school, I wanted to rate every single movie and TV show I had ever seen on IMDb, and I did a pretty good job. I eventually stopped for two reasons. Firstly, I created my IMDb account a long time ago with an iCloud email that I don't have access to anymore, so that couldn't be helped. But number two, and this is the more pertinent reason to what I'm talking about right now, in most cases when I was reviewing something on IMDb, I would sort of just agree with the IMDb score, with the consensus. Before watching anything, I would look at the IMDb score for a movie, and then I would adjust my expectations to fit that IMDb score. And then the movie just sort of took shape quality-wise according to my preconceived idea of how good it was. Sure, there were some exceptions. MacGruber is a critically panned masterpiece. The Godfather, everyone seems to love it. I think it's just okay. It insists upon itself. But generally, anything between a 7 and an 8 would be good. Anything above an 8 would be a masterpiece, and anything below a 7 would be mediocre. And that's just the way I saw movies for the longest time. I didn't like that other people's opinions were shaping my opinions. It made me feel like I wasn't in control of my thoughts. That's kind of a scary thing, man, to not be in control of your thoughts. But generally, you're not. Brains are sort of like sponges in the way that they soak up whatever's around them. I have no backgrounds in neuroscience. They're also like sponges because they're like soft. And I bet if you squeeze them, a bunch of liquid will come out. I think movie ratings themselves are overrated. I mean, sure, you might save yourself some time, or you might save yourself from watching a bad movie. But what if you would have liked that movie before you knew it was a bad movie, or before you knew other people thought it was a bad movie? You're like robbing yourself of joy in that case. So yeah, ExtraMile is the coffee chain affiliated with Chevrons, though not all Chevrons have an ExtraMile. And ExtraMile, I think, is by far the best one because they have the best coffee of all the different gas stations. You know, they like brew it fresh. Gas station coffee is not very good necessarily. Technically, I guess it's not very good. They like brew the cup for you in like a single serving. It's certainly better than 7-Eleven, and it's like a comparable price. It's cheaper than Starbucks, and it's like on par with Starbucks' brewed coffees. I don't really know what else to say. Usually these are funny. I was like too preoccupied with the idea of filming this that I didn't come up with any jokes to say. Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that this isn't like the whole video. That I've got like a script for the other part. The other part. Anyway. I'm not saying rating things is necessarily bad and morally reprehensible and you shouldn't do it. Rating things or looking at ratings. I mean, I like Yelp. I look at Yelp all the time. If I want a burrito and I don't know where to go, I'm going to go to the taqueria that's got a 4.5 over the one that's got a 2.5. I mean, that could save me from getting food poisoning. That could save my life. Calm down. I don't want this to be like, you know, Mexican food gives you food poisoning, whatever. I'm not a weak-boweled white boy. I just mainly go out to eat at Mexican restaurants. And so that's the example I came up with. That's the most realistic, that's the most authentic example. I want the record to show I'm not a weak-boweled white boy. I'm a strong-boweled white boy. I think I am generally in favor of looking at reviews as seldom as possible. Go watch a movie without looking it up first. Maybe eat at a restaurant that seems interesting as long as it looks clean without looking at its Yelp score. Listen to the new Benson Boone album without consulting Anthony Fantano first. No shade to Anthony Fantano, by the way. I feel like music reviews specifically, they're sort of pointless. It's like you're going to listen to a review for a song. They're 3 minutes long. Just listen to the song. The review's like longer than the song. How much time do you not have that you need to save by like curating music? It's like the shortest thing. Just listen to it. My call to action here is simply to engage with things on your own. Make up your own mind and have your own opinions about things, if at all possible. In summation, I give the concept of reviews 6 out of 10 stars. Except when I do it. When I do it, it's good. It's good and it's funny. Real primo stuff. Speaking of, I give the ExtraMile Coffee 3.5 out of 5 stars. 7 out of 10 stars. A 70%. That feels low. 70%, because that's like a C if you're going at a letter grade. Like, I'm barely a C at that. But I mean, it's not the best coffee I've ever had. But I certainly get it more than I get any other kind of coffee. Cheers, man.